Right. Let's see if we can get this uh, this stream up and running. We started yesterday with a lot of let's see, where's my agenda? Right, so yesterday we were doing some legacy code refactorings, or getting to know some legacy code, and struggled with that. Sure, and Somai, well, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. You're the first viewer of today. Nice to have you around. All right, so here we are doing another session. It's Saturday and I am a little bit late to the session today because I caught a cold, and I'm like not really myself. Didn't sleep well tonight. I usually stream early in the morning, but I actually slept in today. I guess I needed the energy. So here I am. Let's see if we can get a better session today than yesterday, because yesterday was a weird session, to be honest. I didn't make much progress with the things that I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was to get there are two projects that we're working on at the moment. One that is called Local Support, and another one that is called Website One, and they are both projects for Agile Ventures. Agile Ventures being the community of developers that I am involved in. Let's see. This is the website, and the project that we refer to as Website One is the project that powers this this website, the whole thing, and it has a few main objectives, and that and just to recap that, the main features or the main objectives of this website is community information. Of course, for many websites you have to inform about what you're doing, but basically it's all about onboarding new members, telling them what Agile Ventures is all about and how we do things and so on. And then a really important thing is the management of events that is happening in Agile Ventures. So us being a totally distributed team, we need to keep people in the loop. Now, for instance, on Twitch, a lot of streamers are using Discord to keep the flow of information going and inform people on when they stream and when they're online and so on. We don't use Discord in Agile Ventures, we use Slack, and for the same particular reason. We keep people informed about a lot of stuff, but we also feel that we need to, since we're doing in principle should be doing a lot of different events, we want to have a single source of where people can come in and look at things and so on. And there's been many different discussions about that. Should we use that? You should use Slack for that? Should we use a Google Calendar for that or so? And that is of course debatable. But one thing that the site does is to have an Agile Ventures events calendar and a list of things that we are doing, and list those things, and that's one thing. And then when we are actually hosting an event, we want to be able to not only stream it but also upload the or a link to an uploaded or to a persistent recording of this event, right? So people can watch it afterwards. So so here, for instance, there've been some stuff from December and April 2020. This event has not been recorded. It has been hosted, but it has not been recorded since then, which is unfortunate, because it's better for people to have that. So event management is definitely an important part. And then we also list projects and members on this website. So project repositories looks like this. We have a list of projects that you can click on and read more about, for instance, and so on. And here, this user interface needs to be reformed. We are linking to the GitHub repos, to issue trackers and Slack channels and so on. Right, and the last one is the members repository, which is right here, and that's cool, I guess. You can click on each member. You can see a little bit of info about this person, its skills, what projects he's involved in, he or she, of course, and some activity. Now the question was always, why would we want to have that? And people have been debating whether this is a good set of functionality or not. And you can always debate things. In my opinion, I can imagine if you're new to a community like this. See, so the thing is that these kind of discussions are also always debated among people that have been members for a long time, or developing or writing a lot of code for this kind of projects, right? And you know, the question comes up: should we have a projects folder, members directory? Shouldn't we just go with a static website for the entire charity and for the entire organization? And I know that my predecessor, he was actually fostering this. I mean, you know, he was bringing this kind of discussion up, you know, questioning everything, which I generally believe is a great thing. You should always question everything. But then they started to make, in my opinion, bad decisions or ignorant decisions, because they were looking into their own usage of this service. How do I use this service? And forgot about the fact that this kind of services are not built for senior members or long-time members of a society, or a community. This is built for new members, and we do attract a lot of new members, and they feel lost in this kind of if they don't get good information, and they will feel confused if they enter a project meeting about a project and where high-level discussions are being held above their heads, which is exactly what has been happening in this organization, unfortunately. And we're trying to change that now. We're trying to focus more on the user, and a user that is not us, not yourself, tech-savvy, already well-oriented and well-educated, not well-oriented person. Right? So that is the things about this project. Now, we had some other problems, and this is where oh, thank you for the follow again, and welcome to the stream. And we had some other issues yesterday, unfortunately, and this is the issues we will start with today. But let's go over what we did. Performance issues in Heroku, done. We did finish a PR. Right, so we can, in principle, just create an agenda for today. This was Saturday. This wasn't Sunday. Saturday. I guess I was under the weather. So this was Saturday. Today is Sunday and it's 27th, right? Right. Yeah. Okay. So we did this already. No need to do that. Failing test using right. So Pedro is working on that one. We'll take a look at that. Performance issues of Heroku. Let's have a look at Heroku. So this is the production things, and if we go to metrics, I think I need to log in again. Yeah. If you look at the metrics, we are running on 80%. I did some some updates to this application because we were running on 105 and 100 and something percent of efficiency. Again, you know, this is just over my I mean, I can hardly believe it, but apparently nobody ever looked at this very simple metrics, or just didn't give a shit. So yeah. Anyway, we did manage to go over 100% with some simple tweaks, and I need to work more on this. Unfortunately, you know, knowing about a problem and being able to fix that problem is not the same thing, of course. Everybody knows that it's common sense. And I am not that proficient in DevOps and performance tuning. I will try to collaborate with people that are better than me on that, but we'll see if I can find a kind soul that can help me with tuning this this Ruby on Rails application to make it better. This is in production. We are running this website on a very expensive server, in my opinion. Right. So if we look at the past 72 hours, you can see the things were over 100. At most we were on 108, and we're progressively. So there's a memory leak somewhere. You see, because it kind of goes up, and then when I restart this thing, it goes down. The memory usage goes down. So we need to figure this out because it becomes progressively. It's using progressively more and more memory. And so if I would just go to past 2 hours, and I would actually just check my Slack here. What's going on here? Okay, we got a pull request. Okay, cool. Thanks for your time. Right. Alright, so we will check out PR in a while, but before we do that, if we run a restart on this guy, we should see some effects of this in a short while. But before we do, we will have to reload. No, it doesn't go that quick, I guess. This is not real time. Client request interrupted. Right. Average total. We should probably increase the swap. Oh no, so now you see that it went down heavily here. That's when I restarted it. And let's see. We're gonna wait for us just a second. I'm gonna go and grab myself a cup of coffee. I just hear that the machine is done. Alright, so I think at least I'll be back in just a few. Alright. Yes. So we are seeing lower. Right. So now we are down to 34%. Okay, so that's interesting. And what if we hit this now with a few requests? So we can automate this. You can actually write an automated test that does this thing actually. So you don't necessarily have to click around yourself. Right. It doesn't do any significant update yet, so I'm gonna wait a few hours or 2 hours or later on in this stream and see how much this has increased over time. And it's better to use this actual view, I guess, I assume. But alright, so let's put this to this on the side. Right, and let's actually put this to the side as well. And I guess we have on Agile Ventures. Yes, we have a pull request. Let's go there. So this is our GitHub repository. Right. Here we go with a highlight Twitch live lover hi dad comment again. Same comment as came yesterday. Let's see what else will show up from this viewer. So we'll look at Twitch. It's created 8 May 2021. Has written 27 messages. Right. Right. unfortunately, we can just move on. Local support, there is a PR pending, and the PR comes from Pedro, let's have a look. Pull 14. Right. Add back different addresses, second one, too much old state. Right. So actually we just gonna check out those changes. Refresh cassettes. Okay, so there's match request on URI. Right. Of course. Change this. Okay, let's see. Let's pull this code down and see if we can run it. Right. Git pull. Oh, that's not it. It's gonna be git branch and git c checkout test fixes. And we want to go and do git pull upstream. No, origin, sorry. Origin test fixes. Okay. Okay. That's weird. What did I do yesterday? Sometimes you don't forget. So this is the last one from me is 2316. So let's do git log 1 9. What? Comments out now, bro. If you oh, I need to reset this. Okay, git reset. Git reset. Hard to this. No, we should be okay. Right, and now we can do git pull. Should be good to go. No, it's not. What do you mean already up to date? It is not up to date. What? It is not up to date. We should get this. What? Git fetch origin. Right, we should be able to. We should be able to get those commits. What am I doing wrong here? What the fuck am I doing? Why anything? Like. Oh, okay, because it's not that. It's actually upstream. So. Well. Okay. Read the thing. This is a new Right, this is a new thing. Right. Right, so we're gonna try to work 5 minutes on off and 25 minutes on. So I'm just gonna set up this repo and I'm just gonna actually take a short break. If you have any questions, people, fire away. Thank you for the follow. Tell me a little bit about yourself, new followers, if you want. This is a good time. Right. Wow. Right. So what I'm just gonna do is just to make sure that I have the latest code. 29cc. Right. I'm just gonna go around the whole thing. All right, folks. So a few minutes off. I'm having my morning coffee, which is nice. Getting ready for Sunday dinner with my kids later today. That's gonna be nice. Doing a little bit of coding, checking out some projects again. I've been talking a lot about the hustle and the hurdles of working with legacy code, and a follower of mine. Hey Gigi. Ja, fråga henne om hon vill ha det. Okej, men då ska jag göra det. Okej. Right, so we actually got some errors now. Errors that we didn't get before. Oh, there's a typo. Or is it? We're gonna fix all this. People are just gonna go and put on a bit of I need to put some coffee on for my wife. Be right back. Right. Let's see if we can fix this. Why? This is code that I just pulled down from Pedro, and we're getting a bit of errors. And let's see if we can fix those issues. What? Where is this undefined method course? Yeah, I didn't mean. So, who changed that? Did I change that to course? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's run. Damn it. Let's just run this back and then run the whole thing again. Right. Right. I'm actually gonna take a look at this code. Right, and just run like. Right. So this is a very long spec, and so let's shit a little bit over the previous developers, right? Let's be an asshole for a while, right? So first of all, in this .r, so this is Ruby on Rails RSpec test, right? So in this RSpec thing, there's a hidden file, right? And so we are setting some settings that are general for the entire test suite, right? So for instance, we go color, format documentation, and require, and here it says requires spec helper, right? Which is fair enough for many projects, but in Ruby on Rails when we do deal with RSpec, we have a spec helper and we also have a Rails helper, and there is a reason for this, which I don't really buy. That generally speaking, RSpec is for Ruby, and so in spec helper we do settings that are general for the Ruby programming language, and then in Rails helper we do settings that are general for Ruby on Rails developed applications, the framework specific stuff, right? And so the Rails helper is including the spec helper, and then Rails helper is included in all the specs that we are running so that they work. So in a Rails application, this should be, say, Rails helper, generally speaking, right? And so it means that if this says that the .rspec file is requiring this, then you simply don't have to require anything. Here you save yourself one line of code, right? Now, that's one thing. The second thing is that in your main describe block, you should do this, in my opinion. Right? We say rspec describe, and then you just carry on with your stuff. You can have multiple describe blocks inside, or you can also substitute them for other keywords, and we'll get to that later. Now, let's talk a little bit about um, let's talk a little bit about those tests, right? So here we are basically testing that you are supposed to have uh, a title, right? Uh, so first of all, like a volunteer opportunity that they call volunteer op, which in itself is a shitty name in my opinion, uh, but because it should actually say volunteer opportunity. We, there's no reason to save a few bytes here and create cryptic model names. Volunteer op might mean something to the developer, but doesn't mean anything to anybody else, right? So I would change that. Now here in the it block, which is the actual test, you are creating a new volunteer opportunity uh, directly in the test environment, right? There is a lot of things to be said about that. First of all, you do have factory bot set up. A factory bot is a mechanism, and I'm not going to go into all the details what's good with factories, but you can you know they are mapped against the model that they are supposed um, to create, or you know they're basically fake models or a way to create doubles. But so there's no reason to create a real object here, right? You can use a factory. Okay, so that's one thing. The second thing on this line of code is that v equals volunteer op equals that, right? So single letter variable names are just bad practice, really bad practice. So this should not be a single letter thing because it's cryptic, right? In this case, sure, it's very short, the neat function, you can understand it, but it's against the best practice, right? So you create this in a wrong way, storing it in a single letter variable. Then you're asking a question whether this object is valid or not. And then you ask, you basically very weirdly say that the errors for the title should have equal the size of equal 1, which, you know, I mean, it's one way of looking at it. And of all the different actions that you can have to your disposal, it's a shitty way to check for it, in my opinion. I wouldn't do it like this at all, right? So this is a problem, in my opinion, right? And the thing is that what do we achieve here? We just see on 3 lines of code that this needs to have a title, right? So and also another one must have a title. You know, what I would do, and let me just refactor this a little bit, right? So let me just copy this as it is. Let's comment this one out, and I would say this is expected to validate presence. Is that how presence is spelled? Presence of title. Presence. Well, anyway, let's go for that. My English is bad. Right, and then I will just say volunteer opportunity. Volunteer opportunity is this, and then I would go with this, and here I would say well, actually I would say this: expect volunteer opportunity valid to equal false. I think this would be better if I would ever go with this solution. I guess that's what I would do. We're running the entire test suite, so let's see if we can run this. I can't run it. Run specs. Right. Let's see if this actually works. I can't run into some issues because I'm running things in the background. It's gonna be a bit slow, I guess. Right, we got right, this is fucking ridiculous. We're getting more changes, more errors now than we did before. Right, so this worked. Is expected the valid presence of title, right? So this is much better, in my opinion. Now, right. So this is the way you should, in my opinion, present tests for this, but I would do this instead. I think I can do that. Right, I should be able to do this, and we're just gonna run this one on line 8. Let's see if that works. Well, actually, it shouldn't be create, it should be build, I guess, if you want to go with factory bot. This could fail for me, actually. Right, this one fails because validation failed, so we're just gonna say build. And yeah, I don't understand why this is reading the env files for this when we just run. Right, so this is better because there is a factory for this, and also we can in principle remove this if we do in our Rails helper, if we include those files, RSpec configure, RSpec include. Yeah, they do include these syntax methods. Right, so there's no reason to even use all of this, so you can simplify this even further. And then we will check if you can even simplify this even more by using a helper method that comes from an extension to RSpec that is called shoulda matchers. Let's see if this works first. It does, right? So you see, I'm writing fewer and fewer lines of code using the mechanisms that are already included in our system, in our setup. Let's have a look at this one. All right, of course, we have this shoulda matchers already set up, which means that I can remove all of this, and we can say simply this: it is expected to validate presence of title. Right. And this is exactly the same code, the same test. And I can do a one-liner on this guy instead of having 5 or 6 lines of code. Oh, apart from the spelling mistakes, of course. So let's see. Right. So this is how you should write these kind of tests, right? Right. So instead of this that we started with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, I could refactor this into 4 lines with better standards, and then eventually using the same setup that was already included in the project without having to install any new dependencies, nothing. I was able to refactor this into a one-liner, right? Which means that I could easily change this basically a description like this, and I should be able to format. So why? Right, fuck Robocop, right? Okay, let's see if we just, so we need to change these things. So Robocop is a setting for is a set of rules that you can use for your project for Ruby. So let's just see if we can just manually change this, or as we know, style and block. Let's see if that works. It's not always that simple. And then so the funny thing is that these people that worked on this project over 7 years, right? I totally understand that you right, so this one needs to go. They have a set of tools included. And they simply don't use it, right? And you end up with some bullshit code, basically, right? So that's right. So we got rid of this. So let's see if we can format this code now. Let's see if we can format. Why the fuck is this? What? Get the fuck out of here. A request has failed. So why do I need to restart the whole thing? Yeah, I know that. So I can't format my code because nobody bothered to. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Rubo cover the Rails cups have been extracted. Rubo. Yeah, I know that. Rails cups. I know, but I just removed that, didn't I? Yeah. This is a new relic. This is not even. So do I have to restart the entire thing or what? Right, let's just quit this one and open it up again. Fucking relic. Right, so let's format some code here. There are no formatter for Ruby files installed. What are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? No, come on, give me a fucking break. We have Ruby Solargraph installed. So if we disable this here, reload, and then we enable it, see, I don't want to get stuck with this. I don't want to get stuck with this kind of shit. Fucking shit, motherfucker. So what's going on here? VS Code, extensions, JSON, recommendations. Right. Why is this a problem? Why is this a problem for me? Oh gosh. I'm not gonna deal with that now. Anyway, this is the problem here, which is cannot be created without an organization. Right, so we're just gonna add this as well. But this is not what we want to focus on at this point, right? I'm just saying that sometimes you need to read through some code, people, and add some stuff, you know, despite who you think. If the person who have been writing this code has a high status in your organization, it doesn't really matter. It can still be shit, and it was shit in this case, right? So, boom. Well, actually, yeah. I really don't know why my Rubo formatter is not working on this one. And we should use single quotes. Now that I'm shitting over other developers, I should probably follow some sort of standard myself, right? These are local only, so these are must contain local ops. Volunteer of local only. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Remote only. Right. I don't know what this is, but what I can do is to just remove this. But my problem is not all of this stuff. There are other pressing matters that I need to deal with. So let's just run this particular thing. Right. So let's run this particular test and go and make some more coffee. Be right back, folks.
into half of a body, desperate to be realigned. Aliens, two tongues, redefining false design. Separation, magnetizing a reunion of golden souls. Reassemble that hip and mouth, dispel your demons, welcome home. And every day that you spend searching for
What, didn't it run it? Back. What's up? Why aren't you running this thing? Really? Okay, so let's do this here. So our spec model volunteer spec. Oh shoots. There we go. This should run. Okay, so a little bit of explanation. So what I just did now was a very bad thing, and I'm probably gonna have to take a shower afterwards, because you shouldn't complain about other people's code. You shouldn't do that, right? Because people are doing the best they can at any circumstances, right? And you should be very careful with these things. Now, why did I do it? Well, first of all, you shouldn't do it as a general rule of thumb, right? You just should be very careful, as I just said. But in this particular case, this is really long-running project, and I know for a fact that people who have been running this and taking care of this one had plenty of opportunity to go through things like this, code formatting or code usage or anything like that, right? It was a lot of time to do that. This is a volunteer project with a lot of people involved, and a project manager that was running on high horses, you know, giving advice to other people, reviewing pull requests in a very strict way, very detail-oriented person that apparently lets so many things slip based on not the code base or the code submitted, but rather who submitted it, right? This is just pure shit, in my opinion, right? And then and a token, and something that proves to me that it's all in leadership. It's all in leadership, right? Whoever is leading, taking a lead on a project and setting standards, and if that person is very selective with those standards, how to enforce those standards, things will go south, and then people will get demotivated. And at the end of the day, you will end up with a spaghetti code and a really bad implementation. And that particular person, which I know who it was again very selective with things and was very confused and surprised when this kind of things led to the organization that he was leading losing out on contracts and on funding. Because why? We are so great. Well, you weren't great. You were producing shitty solutions with no sense of quality, unfortunately. So, lesson learned, it's all about the details and about quality across the board, right? So you either care or you don't care, and that's perfectly fine. If you don't care, that's all right, especially in open source volunteer-based projects. You can do whatever you want if you choose to do that, but don't come running and talking about high quality, running on clouds and sticking your fucking nose in the air and thinking that you're something special if you're not. All right, you're as good as your last commit, basically. And I do a lot of errors, and because I do a lot of typos and my skills are not sufficient, and I do a lot of mistakes, make a lot of mistakes. But then again, I'm trying to be a little bit humble about those things. Apart from today, when I'm shitting all over your code, okay? Because it was shit. So fuck you and get the fuck out of my life. A bit emotional there, right? But that's the way it is. Expect the volunteer rep to validate the organization cannot be empty falsy. Well, really. So what were we testing here? Organization could not be right, so you can't validate that kind of presence. So let's have a look at that then. What exactly did we test for? Volunteer hub. Must have an organization. Cannot be volunteer new organization ID nil invalid. Right. So this looks like a presence validation to me. Let's have a look at the model. Volunteer up. Validates organization presence true. Right. If source local. So perhaps we need to. Oh my god. Right, so let's have a look at this then. And that's line 6, so we should be able to just run line 6. This is a shitty solution in itself, because in Rails those belongs to associations or not or enforced by default. So this is redundant. This is redundant. Right. So we can do something like describe associations. Oh, sorry. Now I'm making typos. And so we can say is no, it is expected to what? Why am I doing? Damn it! There we go. To belong to is expected to belong to organization, right? And then we will say it is expected to have one, what was it, have one do it trace, okay, whatever that is. So let's run the one on line 9. Well, organization. Oh, because it's called organization, right? Because we're British and we call things in British names. Well, F you too. Shit for brains. Right. Right. In 2 minutes I will refill my cup of coffee and I will feel much better. Right. So, you see? Few lines of code, no? Right. First local, second local. Only love must contain is expected. I don't understand this local only. Organization name. This is not a class method. So if you set, oh god damn it, if you set it here, if you actually bother to set it, then you should just say to equal friendly, you know, boom. Because then if you don't set it, you don't have to, you know, if you just check for that it is equal to this thing, you don't have to set this. Whoever the fuck ever you are, Michael. It's just fucking ridiculous. Fuck. Organization. I mean, right. Build by coordinates. Get source. Jesus. What the fuck is all this? Yeah, we make things as tricky as possible. Fuck that, right? Git status. Right, all these things, all these rec cache. The fuck is that? Yeah. Right. All right. I'm gonna take a very well. Apparently, I'm just under my 24 minutes, so I just work through my break. I can't keep track of all of these things. Anyway, we got some cukes failing. We have some cucumbers failing. Right. So let's just open up a new one here. Twitter response. Right, let's run this one and see what's. Let's work our way through these failing specs. I'll be right back with some fresh coffee and hopefully more peace of mind.
I'm glad that you can spare the time while I'm trying to air this grievance of mine. It would take water to part, bones to mend, for the believing to start. No kind of grace can keep us strong. Hold hands to face to string us along. Through trusting minds, see through blind eyes. Clouds of the sky, a vulture's paradise. You waste your life in this fiendish trend. You haven't grown out of your
Right.
friend. Do you provide comfort?
Undefined method name for nil class. Volunteer. Okay. Right. Undefined method name for nil class. Right. So let's fix that. And we're gonna work our way through all of this shit, right? So let's close all of this. Let's find this one. Right. Even the following volunteer. Right. So let's have a look at that. We need to take a look at this import do it. So let's just do code. Let's have a look at that one. I would like to check. Right, but so. But it doesn't say organization whatsoever. There is no organization here. How could this ever work? Import do it feature. There must be something wrong here. What is it called? This one is import do it. What? Whoa. DevOps import do it. Right, there it is in DevOps. How could this ever work? The following volunteer opportunities exist. I changed that one, so I could have changed this to something. Where's the step depths? Steps. Jesus. Where's the step definition? Right, it's right, instead of oh my god. Factory steps. Who calls it factory steps? Factory steps. Where's the factory steps? So how did I... That's line 100. Given the following volunteer
Did you really think that I would just lay down, and die? This is where we draw the line. You won't cross me,
but this is
but I dare you to try. Your bridges are burning, and I've just been waiting to finally take back what is mine.
yeah, this is the problem because I was experimenting with this. So basically we just want to no. Okay, I got it.
Now your time is wearing thin as I crawl beneath your skin. Not a matter
So I just want to, but this should still fail for me because I still don't have an organization.
you show me nothing but gray hole and empty. You are nothing.
The way I look at it. Okay. Because there's no yeah, okay, whatever. Right, and what else did we have that was missing? Map feature. Let's run the entire map feature. Let's see.
This is what happens when you start playing.
22 and 28 is failing. Let's see. 22 and 20. Right, so we're just gonna open this guy up. We should add this. Well, let's have a look at. Who changed that? Right, so what if we just do this instead and comment out this and run the same thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, now it's just being stupid. This one is feature events, not feature. Feature events. Yeah. Right. Fuck. What a fucking shit show. What a fucking shit show. Right, so but the problem is that this was actually going green for me before. Why is that happening? Map feature. So factory steps. Because of the so now I don't know if it's there. Okay, so let's do build instead. Let's do build instead. Perhaps that will help us. Because then we were not saving it, we're just building it. Perhaps in test environment that is actually what we need to do. So let's do binding here. See if we will even save it or not. Right. So organization, and it is right. So what if we do organization geocode? Right. And this one is saved, right? So if we do organization reload, and it's still on. Right. So what if we not check well, okay, let's do, what is this? Check geocode, what is that doing for us? So organization is 1010 on lat long, and we do this, and we do, and it's 1010, right? So let's just geocode the thing, right? Right, let's see if that helps us or not. But found one match. Okay, so this this might potentially work on the next one. Let's see. Remove the binding prime. Legacy code, people. Remember, the worst thing ever. But as a good friend of mine said yesterday, bad code is the only reason why he has a job. So that's one way of looking at it. I will definitely bring this up with my students later on. Now this passed now. Okay, so this is actually a working solution. Apparently this is a working solution. So good on us, right? This works for us. Hello Jesse. Det finns mer kaffe. Nej, jag kommer om 2-3 minuter bara. Alltså förkylning? Ja, jag kommer alldeles strax. Right, so let's see if we have volunteer opportunities feature. Right, let's run this one, because I think that this particular fix that I just did might potentially fix the the outstanding problems that we just had, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's optimistic thinking, and you know, optimism is what keeps us alive, I guess, in many instances. Optimism is what keeps us alive. Now this one, what? What the fuck? What? Then the following proposed edits should be displayed. What? Well, that was too optimistic, I guess. Too optimistic, I guess. Friend development is... Which is 45. I propose information in the new organization. Wow, where does this come from? I don't understand where this comes from. And what is this? Is this like a real website? Are we hitting a real service? Or what? No. So let's... What the fuck? Oh, because, oh. So we're just going to set this as, because we're using the factory now, you know. Right, so in the factory we shouldn't have that. Simply we shouldn't have that. Oh god damn it. Right. We might go green on this one because we just changed the factory. Let's see if we go green on this. Right, we went green on this one now. Right. So let's see. Let's just run the whole cucumber again. And I will take a short break while this is running, people, and I will be back in a few more minutes. This should keep you occupied. Alright, again, optimism, people, optimism. We are running those tests, and for now, I think we are all green, but I don't know, I wasn't here for the entire show. All green so far. Alright, time to get busy and work, but it's not that simple when tests are being run. This is a huge ass test suit, so it is what it is. It's both time consuming and memory consuming. So it is what it is. Right. Oh, Raisin was doing chess things. And I see that he wrote to me that he wanted to do some stuff yesterday. Missed that. So I am following another streamer called Arcania. So I would definitely encourage you guys to follow her as well. She has a very nice Discord. So follow. Anyway, we were hoping for some good stuff, but we didn't get there. We still have three failing specs. Imported reskills. Volunteer ops with nil coordinates or assigned default coords. The fuck ever that means. Let's run this one. See what fails. See what's up. Right, so this passed. Well, that's a bit of a right. But why did this one fail here? It found 9 matches. And which is it? CMF is currently reached 29. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. So let's run this one then, because the 72 just passed, right? 72 just passed. Right. That passed. Now let's run the whole thing. let's just go to Agile Ventures, repositories, Auto Tracker API. Right, look. Can we search for something here? No? Right. There used to be an interface to search for things. Okay, that's not one. How do I these are like old stuff. Wait. Did I miss the local support here? Is this like an alphabetical order? Alright, so local. No, nothing here. Let's go to this. Nothing here. Let's go to this. No, come on. Really? Wow. Okay, so how do we add the repos? Insert. What is this? There we go. What? Why can't we? Permissions. We have permissions to all repositories. Okay. So are you shitting me? I don't understand this. Okay, let's migrate this. Perhaps that was the missing part. Okay, so this one is migrated. Okay, thank you. So we should see it here. Or settings. Let's go to settings. Build position. Right. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Perhaps, only perhaps, will this actually work for us. Default branch, like I know 5 months ago. Fantastic. And then of course we have all this bullshit branch. But we should have some tests. No, we don't have that. Active branches. Okay. So let's just see if we can look to. Okay, we don't need this. So we're just gonna X this, and then we're just gonna do a search for require rates, and we're just gonna replace this with all of this stuff not needed, so we can just remove that, replace that. Right, so we can just do git status, right, git ci am removes rates helper imports in spec files. Less code is better code. Right, git push origin test pieces. Right, and so right, but I should have that's weird because I should one would think that we should be able to trigger this. Why aren't we triggering the build? Because let's just do, just for the sake of it, perhaps this one is not set up to build. Oh yeah, because this might not be set up to build pull requests from remote origin, so let's just put this to upstream. Oh really? Git remote -v. Oh, we don't have that one set up. Oh, come on, give me a break. Git remote add upstream. And now we're just gonna push to upstream. Right, and let's see if this one actually triggers the build. Really? I did push this up. Okay, so perhaps I am doing this in vain. Right. Oh my god. Alright, let's create a local pull request. So it's gonna call this one test DR. Why are you so slow, you little shit? I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna reload it. Integrated. Right. Right, so let's see. Let's reload this. Maybe. Right. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Right. Right, all of these are inactive branches. We should just remove all of them, of course. But my problem is, why isn't this one triggering a build when it's supposed to trigger a build? Because apparently we do have a PR. Travesty, I can do something. Right. Security settings, right. Right. Let's go over this one by one. Right. We have pull requests and it's not. I do not really understand why this is not being triggered. Oh my fucking god. This guy's just trigger a build. Let's just trigger a build. But the request was rejected. Why was it rejected? But why was it rejected? Cannot authorize build request. Okay, so I think I know. So this is the last thing I'm gonna do today. Hello there. Xenobites of Psych. Okay, how you doing? Um, hope you're okay. I am kind of okay. That's not activated. Old stuff. But we are signed up for a plan, aren't we? I mean, but come on, I already did that. Piggyback from detail. Yeah, but yeah, well, we should have all of this already. Oh, okay. So do I have to select the plan here as well? I don't know. I don't really understand this, but okay. So how come I was able to support request? How could I like access this? But not. How could you can I access this thing but not have a plan? That was very unintuitive in my opinion. But we are apparently running this now, so that's good. Okay. Right. So it seems like we have this up and running now. Let's see if we get that. Well, this is running. Okay. So let's report back to the local support. Okay. We are up and running with CI again. Right. Alright, I will mute myself now and take a bit of a break. And we'll be back for one last session before I go for today.
You're falling, they're calling, it's not so far away. You always find yourself underneath. You push me, you test me, just take it all away. I always find myself underneath. But I'll wait for the calling. I struggle with you, done with the calling. I can see through your eyes, it's all of your fake. Your lies calling away. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution. And every dream of broken memories, where wicked things and hollow things ensue. A cityscape with no rules to break, with the choice that I am not the one you use. There's no hope in revival. Where we are is where we wanted to be. And now we're stuck in illusion. You're acting like you never wanted to leave. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution. It's one last chance. Won't break this deep in trance. Living locked inside a cage you can't undo. Yeah, tape is real, but it plays on steel. And the theater plays the plots you can't undo. There's no hope in revival. Where we are is where we wanted to be. And now we're stuck in illusion. You're acting like you never wanted to leave. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution. There's no hope in revival. Where we are is where we wanted to be. There's no hope in revival. Where we are is where we wanted to be. And now we're stuck in illusion. You're acting like you never wanted to leave. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution. It's turning to a wall. There is no resolution. Tearing down the walls. There is no revolution anymore. And it goes on and it's all never ending. And we never change and it's all never ending. Wait, is this real? It's hard to take in. suffer